Hey guys, welcome back to Tower of Fantasy. In today's video, we're going to be doing a reroll guide for global, and it's actually fairly quick now. It's around 20 minutes to do a reroll, which is really nice compared to where it started from. Keep in mind, this is only going to be for the first week of global launch, and then it will be an absolute nightmare to reroll. So if you're not getting in rerolling in the first week, it's probably not going to be worth it because it's probably going to take you over an hour to do. But due to the fact that we've got pre-registration rewards and a new pre-registration event that are going to give us 20 gold nucleus all up, it means we've only got to get 10 more summons in the game, and we can go to 30, which is the beginner pity. And at 30, you're gonna, within your first 30 summons, you are guaranteed to get an SSR. At least that's the way we expect it to work, same as CN and the early access versions. And if anything in this video does change, I'll leave a pinned comment or redo the video if I have to. The reason I'm getting it out before global launch is because during global launch, I will be streaming from the launch of the game for probably the whole day. So if you are rerolling, you're having any issues, feel free. I'll be streaming here on YouTube. Drop by, ask the questions. We'll be going through it together. Hopefully we can get some good rolls. So the way I'm going to format this video is going to be, I'm going to cover a couple notes, things like, you know, how to actually reroll your accounts, like new emails and stuff like that. The naming of your character. We'll go through a little bit about your character costume, campaign tips, and pre-registration rewards. We'll do like a little couple minutes going through that stuff. Then I'm going to do a full walkthrough of the way to obtain the final 10 summons, because the campaign, the actual like story mode that you have to go through, it's very basic. You just follow where it leads you until you unlock summons, and then you go get the other summons. But at the end of the video, in case anyone gets stuck on story mode, I will have sped up probably like 4 or 6 times speed, the full run through of the story mode as well, just in case anyone gets stuck. So let's get into it. Okay, so here are those first few notes that I spoke about. We'll have timestamps if you want to jump around. First of all, no account wipe on the CN and on the test global version. I've not seen a way to wipe an account, so you're going to need either multiple emails or spoofing. And spoofing is having, like, if your email was tof@gmail.com, you could do an account that was TOF +1, and that email, the verification email would be sent to the same email address as just tof@gmail.com, and then you could do it +2, but the game thinks they're different. Now, this is something I used to always use in games. I don't use it anymore, and I don't recommend it anymore ever since I saw, I think it was Blue Archive, banning accounts that use this method. So this is something you can do. I advise against it. What I've done is I've made, I think, about 11 or 12 email accounts, and like, it's through Google. You can make them, they're free. And that's what I'm going to use, is just go through email accounts. I'm not going to reroll more than 10 or 11 times, to be honest. So that should be enough for me. And the other thing is I just went pre-registered with them. Normally in these games, everyone gets pre-registration rewards, even if you didn't pre-register with that email account. But just in case they don't, that's what I'm doing. So that is the way you do it. There was no guest accounts or anything like that. If there is a guest account when the global comes, then I'd be using guest and then just resetting that guest if you can. But that's pretty much the way. Multiple emails is the way for me. If you want to take a risk, you can do the spoofing. The other thing is, don't bind to Facebook or Twitter until you got the account you like. Reroll with different emails. Then once you get your one you like, you can bind it to your Facebook. That's what I'm going to do, and that's going to be how I log in. Next up is naming your character. So naming, there's 2 ways you can do it. You can choose a dummy name every time you reroll, and then once you get the account you want, you swap the name to the name you want. There's a name select card that you can get from the shop, but it does cost 300 dark crystals, which is 2 summons. So not the greatest way to do it, but you can. However, that is definitely going to work for you, but keep in mind someone else can take your name. The other way you can do it is choose, like for me, rerolling, I'd choose Vulcan. And then if I didn't like the account once I've done my 30 summons and got to my pity, I could use that name change card before I try and roll again and change my name away from Vulcan to failed reroll or something like that, or just scrub. Pretty much sums me up. And then from there, I can create another account and use Vulcan again. And then if it doesn't work, I change it out. Now, this works on CN version. I tested it. I couldn't test it on the global test version, just in case some games, maybe, like I've seen some games where even if you change out of a name, that name is still taken. But on the CN version, it doesn't work like that. You can do this method fine. So I'm assuming you should be able to do it global. And that's what I'm going to do at global. I'm just going to name my name Vulcan, and then hopefully it works. If it doesn't, well, Rip the dream. Moving on from that, campaign. Now, you can reboot to skip the tutorial. Like all you're skipping is about 2 minutes of gameplay, and it's probably going to take you 1 to 1.5 minutes to reload the game based on how long the loading time is for the CN version. So to me, I don't really care. You might save 30 seconds to a minute. I don't do it. I just keep cruising through. So it's just something, if you want to really min-max, you can try it. It works on the CN version, but it didn't work on the global test version. So that was interesting. So have to wait and see. But for me, don't really stress too much about it. Also, when you're in conversations in the story mode, just spam F and spam your left click in the top right corner. That way, if there's any like quest dialogue you have to click, F will cover it, and then if the skip button comes up, you'll cover it with the left clicking in the top right hand corner. Just a way to speed it up a bit. On top of that, we will have three summons that you've got to get during the story mode, which I'll go through at the start before we look at the rest of the ones we need to obtain. Past that, we've got the custom character. To use your custom character, you can either use the preset that you've made during the pre-download period, or you can just leave it as the default or whatever and come back and change it later. Me, I'm just leaving it as the default. That's the way I'm going to do it. I suck at designing characters. And the final thing is pre-registration rewards. They should be in your mail / event tab. So we'll have 10 in the mail, 10 in an event tab after unlocking summons. The quest that they say on their tweets and stuff like that you have to complete is about 3 quests before you unlock summons. So there should be no reason that you don't have it. You should actually have those available to you before you even unlock summoning, but it's going to be very early, and you want to summon them as soon as you do, because you need the fire bow to go ahead and collect the rest of the summons we need. So that is that part. Now we'll jump into the map that I'm using to go ahead and get the summons that we need. Now, first of all, there's these three black ones with the black outline. Those 3 you're going to want to get from the story mode. Now, the first one that's on top of the ship, when you first meet the characters, you go through this annoying long cutscene that you can't skip. As soon as that cutscene's over, you guys are going to run across the bridge. Now, what you want to do is you run across the bridge quickly in front of them because they take a long time. You're going to run up this ship. You're going to collect this summon. You're going to run back down, and then you're going to continue with the character customization and the rest of the story process. So that is going to be the first one there. Then the second one you're going to get is like the campaign will take you across this river, and instead of just running across the river down here, you're just going to backtrack like 2 steps and jump across and get this one here, which is just floating above the river. Really easy to get. You'll get that one. Then over for this one here, there's a stage in the story mode where it's gonna like tutorial you jump off of this tower, and it's gonna teach you how to use your jetpack. Now, when you use that jetpack, it's gonna like be questing you over to this ring here, but you just want to take a little detour, tick it across a little bit. You're going to drop a bit lower. You're going to pick up a gold nucleus here, and then you're going to keep going down to here. Now, past that, once you're here, this is where you unlock summons. Now, obviously, once you unlock summons, you collect your 20 summons. 10 should be from an event tab and 10 should be from the mailbox. And once you've got them, you're going to summon them, get the firebow. Then you're going to open up your map and you're going to teleport back to this tower. From this tower, you're going to go ahead and fly across over here. This is going to be a plant that you've got to throw a little water machine ball thingy into, and then it's going to spit out a summon. Then you're going to work your way all the way across here. There's going to be like a little tower over here with a weird creepy head basically as the top of the tower. And you're going to want to work your way up that tower to the top. There's going to be 2 gold nucleus in the top of that tower. You're going to collect both of them. Then you're going to fly out of the tower, drop down a little bit, and there'll be like a little cove with some tar covering it. You're going to shoot that with your fire bow because you need fire to melt the tar. And then you're going to collect the gold nucleus there. Then you're going to cruise along back over here to number 5, which is where you're going to have another one of those tar cove things that you're going to shoot with the firebow. You're going to get another summon there. Then you're going to work your way along this beach to this little like nook island that pokes out from the land. There's going to be on the very back end of it, there's going to be another cove with tar that you're going to shoot with the firebow and collect another summon. And then you're going to want to stand still, rocket jump up with your jetpack, and then do your dodge, glide, all the way across to this one, and that is going to be the final summon. Now, once you get all of those, you will actually finish on 31 summons. We are getting the last one over here at number 7, just so that we can do a 10 pull instead of having to do 9 singles, because you do one summon in the tutorial. And that is going to be it. It is very quick, very easy now, around 20 minutes to complete, which is really nice. And then, you know, if you want the account, keep playing, bind it to your Facebook, whatever. If you don't want the account, just close the game, open up again, log in with the next dummy email that you created, and away you go. And that is it. That is the reroll method. Like I said, it's really nice now how quick it is, but if you had any trouble in the story mode, like I said, it's very, very simple going through the story. You can pretty much just cruise through, follow what the story says, and you'll be fine. But I'm going to play it on like 4 or 6 times speed right now, the whole story playthrough, just so up until the point where you unlock summons, just so you guys can be all across that. So if you're going to hang around for that, enjoy. If not, thanks for watching, guys. Hope you have an awesome day, and I look forward to seeing you in the next one. Cheers.